Alright guys, hello and welcome to the video. I want to show you the best team that I've come up for in the steel, titanium, and iron arena. There are the bronze and stone arena, but first off, I don't have any good monsters who aren't at least legendary, and I don't have that many good legendary monsters. So I am not qualified to give you the best teams for those, but once we get up here, I can. And funny that for the legendaries, 2 trillion is the max. Meanwhile, for corrupted, it only goes up to like half a trillion. So yeah, legendaries just can do anything, and I don't want to give you a team that isn't efficient. But first, I want to show you my steel arena team, which I think is incredibly powerful. Okay, so watch this. I'll walk you through my team real quick. I gotta get them all decked out. I believe I pressed the button. So this is my team. So for anyone who knows Zyron the Great, no, Nishant the Great, I absolutely love him, and he comes with the Status Caster Magic Weakness. And for anyone who's watched anything on the Colosseum before, you know Elemental Advantage attacks give you the most points because it gives you the exact damage you did without deducting points. It'll give you in total. Okay, so the way the system works, all the damage you do in that match is going to be cut in half and given to you as points, and all of the elemental advantage damage you do in that match is going to be given to you straight up. So elemental damage is the way to go. And instead of using a monster who has the most beneficial, let's say you're fighting 2 earth monsters, instead of using a dark monster, use a monster who gives a status caster, so they already have that elemental disadvantage, and you'll get maximum points. So I want to showcase how many points is potential for this team. So I'm going to give you Archdruid Sigil. You are going to run Autumn's Cross and Tetsuman's Mask. And I just give her Purgatory Throne in case anything gets bad. There's not really any talents that can help your team with like damage boosting from the Doomsday era. So yeah, this is the team I have. And here, I'm just going to show you. Because this first wave is where you're going to get all of your points. So first we are going to turn transfer to you. All right. And now we're going to apply this vulnerable. Now why you have to turn transfer to her and apply this vulnerable first is because she has her Sagittarius move that she has to do to herself to get those 2 extra turns, right? If I do that and then I turn transfer to her, that damage boost plus their vulnerable, no, plus their magic weakness is going to instant kill them. But I want vulnerable plus magic weakness, so boom, it doesn't land on everyone. That is really going to cut down. It's not worth restarting entirely, but I definitely could get more points here. So I'm going to do this, Tyler's Capricorn, double damage, and now look at what we have here. Well, first I got to recharge here. We have Nishant the Great with double damage, damage boost, triple damage, and all of the enemies with vulnerable and magic weakness. Now, sadly, I'm not going to get as many points because he doesn't have vulnerable, but this is still about to do crazy damage, so watch this. Boom, about 6 plus 10, 16 million magic damage. So you'll get that just because it was the elemental advantage. It doesn't even cut that in half. Plus 16 million cut in half. So you just got crazy stats right there. So now I want to boom, boom, and then what do I want to do? I want to turn transfer to you. I'm going to apply that magic weakness, but sadly you die. Is it worth it? I'm going to have to say yes. Now, boom, Archdruid Sigil kicks in. Boom, Final Potential Orc. Boom, Heart Repaired. Ooh, ooh. Yes, he lives, and I'm going to do his big finisher, Demonic Invocation, and 5 million damage. All right, so let's see how many points I got after all of that. Let's see. 40 million points. That is insane points for this. So I honestly think this is the winning strategy. You have to do it on hard because that 2 times multiplier times your points is really going to help you stack up. And that is how I'm placing pretty high in this steel arena. It's personally my favorite arena just because I get to use this team. So yeah, that is the definite team for all these points in my mind. I'm going to save the points just in case I need them for the other arenas I want to showcase. But yeah, 40 million points in one match is great. You know, some are going to have more, some are going to have less. I could have even gotten like a few million points more and then multiplied that by 2 since I did it on hard if Kill Drill had landed that vulnerable. So if you want the maximum damage output, I say make sure you get that vulnerable, that magic weakness, and the double, triple normal damage boost on him. If you have the Nature Beast and you get that 25% damage boost, you are absolutely golden. So that is personally my suggestion for the Steel Arena. If you have them, then you're golden. Then we're going to go over the Iron Arena, which I feel like this one, I didn't have too much room to strategize, but I think I've made it work. So, Pure Pandolf, Stall Killer, and not Gremlin. Let's switch you out for someone better. Let me find him. I think it's pretty obvious who I'm going to use, though, I'll be honest. Yeah, she is here. She's here. Algata. Alright, Algata. So, everyone knows her. She's the damage boost monster. So, what you want to do, especially with this massive, all of these team health strength runes are absolutely going to add a lot to Stall Killer's damage output. So you want to give her just about anything. It's almost a similar strategy to Omnia, except she does not have the same firepower that Omnia does. And without the magic weakness status caster, you can't do what Nishant did. Luckily for her, with Purple Volley and Unrelenting Assault, which a lot of people know about this strategy, she can apply that magic weakness to all her enemies and then keep attacking. So giving her that is going to be a big part of our strategy here. Let me see if I can showcase good damage output on it, because as I said, getting that damage to be the elemental advantage, like, you want them to have weakness to magic if you're going to do magic damage. That is so important to getting points, it's not even funny. So a monster like this who can do infinite extra turns and give them the weakness is really important. And one thing I will say that's really important is knowing... Here, let me see. Let me just equip this before I keep talking because I lose track. One thing that's also important is completing it within a reasonable amount of turns, because they have a safeguard for infinite extra turn monsters. If you take over 30 to 50 turns, it'll start reducing your multiplier. Like, I took 54 turns to beat a boss because it was really hard, and I got a 0.0004 multiplier on my points. That was almost nothing. So you really got to be careful. If you take too many turns, you're not even going to feel the effect of what you earned. So you've got to make sure you do this within a reasonable amount of turns. So what kind of talent do I run on him? I've got to go Pain Distiller. I really don't want the damage from Pain Distiller to kill anyone. But yeah. I'm going to run... I can't give you this, right? No, she has it already. So I'm going to give you the most powerful Uriel's Essence. And yeah, with that being said, that is the team I've chosen out. Now let's see if I can display good damage output with it. And remember, it's only ever going to be worth it if you do it on hard. So, I'm going to turn transfer to you. I'm going to apply vulnerable. Yes, I'm going to apply vulnerable to all the enemies. I'm going to just deny you just in case. And then I'm going to take you out slowly. So boom, first I kill her, magic weakness applies, I get my extra turn. Now, I can boom, do my strongest attack, instantly kill you tooth by tooth. That is almost 1,000,000 damage. Now, sadly, the damage doesn't stack as high as I wish it did. And in fact, I think I did have a better team for this. Let me just look back at everything. Because I think it was Pure Pandolf that I used. But maybe that's not the best team, so let's keep looking. There's Sir Valgar. There's not too many buffing monsters in my arsenal. Although if you do have more, this will be a great time. Although I know I had a strategy for getting a lot more damage output than I just did, so I want to find that. Boom. And I did try, what's his name? Bloomeria, the monster with random haters and double damage and everything. And the damage output just wasn't any higher than Stall Killers with this strategy. Maybe out of rank 5, it can make the difference, or like landing the actual correct hater will definitely make the difference. but I just wasn't seeing it. So, yeah, let me try and showcase this team one more time, because I think it was, but I think I just got bad output on that one. So let's try this again. Okay. So there's a couple different ways to play it. I'm just going to activate your cooldowns. I'm going to turn transfer to you. I'm going to do triple damage, and I'm going to kill you. Boom, Unrelenting Assault kicks in. I'm just going to have to recharge because I want that damage boost as I do this. Triple damage, spammable triple damage is exactly what we wanted. Alright, so recharge. Now I'm going to instant kill you. Boom, 1.6 million damage. Then I'm just going to recharge again. I hope he does not die from that. But if he does, I still have the next round. I'll do a lot more. Like, I'll live still. No. Oh, thank goodness both of those missed. I need to take Bark Hide off you because that would have ruined it. So now I'm going to turn transfer to you. I'm going to do the damage boost. And I'm once again going to do my strongest attack, 2.6 million damage. Alright, and then we just want to follow that formula basically. So cleanse. Alright, Rays of Hope. Don't want to lose too much health. I'm going to do this. Does it land on everyone? It does. Alright, so as I said, always the most important thing is to land that magic weakness on all enemies. Don't even worry about protections because, you know, Pierce monsters, you can go right past them. I'm going to triple damage. And then I'm going to turn transfer to you. Boom. 2.48 million damage. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Don't worry, he won't die. Then I'm going to... Please tell me this lasts for more... Okay, 2 turns. I can do that. So, boom. Recharge. Boom. Boom. And as I said, don't take too many turns, but this wasn't too many. So, tooth by tooth, 2.5 million damage, basically. For Corrupteds, that's really good. And 16 million damage. Alright, I did take a little bit too many turns, but even with all of that, I still placed 40th in the damage. So definitely try and do it faster than I did. I was being very methodical with it, but usually that turn will get everything you want out of it. So with that being said, let's go into the most important one, the Titanium Arena. Now, my strategy for the Titanium Arena has been faltering a little bit, just because I've been switching between, what is it called? Bounty Hunt and this. Oh yeah, and I've been using Connecro for both. So it's kind of been a little bit harder. And so usually my team was Connecro. Where are you? Darman Santa. Although now I'm going to switch out Darman Santa for the water guy. Because I usually was using Darman Santa and it did work really well, I would do the damage boost to my whole team. I would use Connecro to apply the double damage. And then I'd give him triple damage for a devastating AoE instant kill. But you need sustainability and you need trait disable in this dungeon. So K911 is going to be where it's at. I don't know how much lower the damage is going to be because of that. But you also want Azajin. It's been proven before that I can never beat these matches without Azajin. Plus, a big part of these matches is the either damage you do or the health you have. And he has the health. So I'm going to give him stronger runes just because he is incredibly powerful. So, boom. If I gave him X runes, he would be overly tanky, and that's exactly what we want on this channel. So, boom. Boom. He now has 2.5 million health. Nobody's getting past that. Alright, and there's a lot we could run here. We're just going to run anti-gravity boots. We're going to run the typical bounty hunt damage increasing stats. So, Ball to the Stars Mask. Alright. Laser Beam Sword. And one thing with this is, as we said, you don't want to take too many turns and you want to do maximum damage in that time. So the interesting difference between this and Bounty Hunt is that you actually want to have mostly AoEs. So boom, AoE, and then you want to have that one instant kill skill. I say Onisuki just in case they're behind evasion and you don't want to waste turns. In my old strategy, I had him with the one team speed rune so that he was faster than Oxygen but slower than Darman Santa. I'll show you both strategies here to kind of show you which one is better, which one you could make work for you better, since I have my K911 at only like 115, but it might be entirely different if you have him at like 150, right? And then I only have my Darman Santa at like rank 1, but if you have him higher, that could also make a difference. So important things to note. I'm going to give you Killer Rogue's, yeah, Killer Rogue's armor. This is the best one for him. I'm also going to give you Shadownia's Essence, not even because of the damage in the dot, just because that's like the most helpful. Now you could switch him out for Drakbite, and since this bad boy does the bleed to all enemies, you could use that. Since that bad boy does bleed to all enemies, you could use that in synergy with his bleed hater. And that could be really good if you have him at rank 4. You could also hope that random elemental hater comes into play. I think I'm going to showcase using both of them. Honestly, this is a bit of an experiment for me too. So we're just going to do that. I would like to give you Killer Rogue's armor, but it's too late for that. No, it's not. I'm just going to give you Killer Rogue's armor. I'm going to give you... Yeah, Killer Rogue's armor is a beast. I'm going to give you Vada Magmas. They basically do the same thing. And without further ado, let's try out this team. I've got 3 teams I want to showcase. I can only do 2 matches. So, yeah, we'll play this through. I do recommend the Health Beast. It does give you more points than Surtur generally. You might want to use Surtur if you're using Kenekra just for that double fire damage boost. But this one comes with a 25% damage boost if you have it maxed out. Sadly, I don't, but that will make the difference. And it gives you that tankiness that you might need to survive some of these waves, because playing in hard on this map is not as easy as you'd think it'd be, which sounds obvious, but it really wasn't. Okay, so without further ado, let's try this team out. So we are going to boom. All right, I'm not a fan of that curse. Right, 50% good to all enemies. All right, Royal. Darn, so I'm gonna kill you. Copperbeard's hook, please don't do the damage. Good, all right, so now that they have bleed, I have bleed hater against them. So sour candy. All right, you live. So with this team, I was able to get 14 million points. Now, that is not that high. Now let me showcase the second team that I was using before, and I think might be your more viable team, but definitely struggles a lot more in a match where you need sustainability. So that team would be Kenekro and Darman Santa. I definitely should get this guy at a bit of a higher rank. And right now, I actually think I should, but I'm not going to do all that. Alright, so boom. I'm going to give you Merc Staff just to make life a little bit easier. I'm going to give you, as always, boom, Laser Beam Sword. And yeah, basically same strategy, except now I'm going to leave it like that. And as you saw, that sustainability on K911, the cleanse plus heal came in clutch. Now, Darman Santa can only do 1 at a time. That makes you struggle a lot more, but I want to show you the damage output you can do on the first few waves, only because they've kind of upgraded the enemies. Am I struggling with it now? So, boom. And as I said, you can give him the speed rune, so he'll go before Oxygen if you think that'll help. So, boom, shield to all my allies. That's a must. Sadly, you have dodge area. Boom, Oni Kensai. Alright, Mud Waves. So, boom, we are going to... we're going to give Kenekra that triple damage, and then boom. We have the damage boost, triple damage, and then on the rare occasion that Shield Breaker actually for once came in handy, we can't apply shield, so there's not much we can do now. I swear that never comes in handy. And sadly, they gave Tricky Trickster dodge area, so I won't be able to get the maximum damage output on this AoE. As you can see, almost 3 million damage in that AoE, 1.6 million to each. We are going to cleanse off Aljin. We are going to apply that shield to himself. And I don't want to use the finisher because I want to showcase you winning this match without relying on it. So boom, make sure you have that damage boost. That is vital to his damage output. All right, Shadow News Essence kicks in, and now, ooh. All right, this is always a dangerous node. I'm not sure what to do. I can't really do anything, so I'm going to recharge. And already I'm in the gutters. Ouch. I think I'm going to save it, do Cold Blood. I don't want to use the finisher. 30 billion smiles. I don't think I could win without it. As I said, that boiling, drowned, and, electrified, which it literally took them 2 seconds to reapply, tears me apart. So I'm going to apply that evasion, no, that shield to the whole team. I need it. Then I'm going to do my fire AoE, instant kills everyone, and we are on to the last node. All right, I always struggle with this node because Oxygen stays chain denied, and then Dartman Santa dies to all these dots, so I'm going to cleanse off myself. Oxygen will live, and he has revival, so I'm not exactly worried about him. All right, we are going to do double damage. This node, though, you really don't want to rely on raw damage. You want to rely on dots to tear them apart, because look at that, almost 2 million health stat. Like, there's no chance to take that guy down with raw damage. So cleanse off you. You want to give him Hellfire and everything, so I'm going to go for Bane and Curse. And oh my goodness, it actually landed on a lot of them. Usually my stuff just misses completely because, he has Bulwark and then the other guy's hardened. So boom, yes, he is dead. And keep in mind, these are very powerful dots. So, and dot damage counts against, counts for your, what's it called? Your attack points. It still counts for your attack points when the damage is like dots tearing them apart. So you're not losing anything by doing dots. So, all right, we are going to just give you triple damage, and we're going to end this. All right, so triple damage to you and Onisuki. All right, victory. And how many points do we get? 16 million. I can't tell if that's a lot higher than the last one, but this is definitely the most efficient team compared to the other one. You could just switch out, Kanekro and what's his name, Drakbite, depending on which one you find more efficient. But this team excels in nodes like this, where if it doesn't drag on for too long, you just do that double damage, damage boost, triple damage. You clean AoE and do a ton of damage. I wish I could showcase it here, but you get like 20 million average. Sadly, I don't have the tickets to fight. But yeah, this is honestly going to be the team I'm going to suggest most. Of course, this is the one dungeon I'm going to say you have a lot of different options for, just because I don't have the best monsters to showcase to you right now, because I miss the Galactic era. I don't have any Walking Dead monsters. I hardly have any good Abyssals. There's definitely an array of better monsters you can use here. With those options, maybe Attacker Sky Cold with Darman Santa for the damage boosting. The sky's the limit. You could always just switch out Kanekro for Drakbite depending on what you want, who you have hired, and the fact that a lot of people just don't have Kanekro because he's really hard to get. With that being said, I think that's going to be my recommendation for a lot of these dungeons. I'm going to say, there might be a little bit more wiggle room with the Titanium dungeon, but definitely make sure to always do these because 300 Coralia a week is massive. Always do it for 300 Nectar a week. You have to do it every. What I was saying is you have to do it every single week if you want the maximum rewards, because every single week it'll reset and it'll give you like 300 Coralia, and so you got to make sure you do every single one every single week. I say you can miss out on the Stone Arena, you can miss out on the Bronze Arena, unless you're really crawling for Elementium. And sadly, I don't have good recommendations for teams for these two because I was never really that good at Legendary era. Although I do have a few good monsters, but I was never really that good at the Legendary era, so I don't have enough monsters to actually give you viable teams. And clearly there are, because look at that, 2 trillion damage. That's higher than anyone with the Corrupted's got. So yeah, you're going to have to make sure that if you do care about getting Elementium, you find a good team for these two. Maybe it's on the Monster Legends Competitive Wiki, but for now, that is my best recommendations for the Steel, Titanium, and Iron Arena. You don't have to do these two as much as you want to do the last one, because I just want 300 Ludum a week because it's fun. For the Steel Arena, I just really still have a use for Nectar. I want to get Shadonia to rank 5, and that's really helpful for getting me to help her get there. And then obviously Coralia, there's no other way to get it sustainably in this game unless you rank high in event. So this is an amazing way to get that, and I always suggest doing all three, because for you to place high globally, you're going to need to stay on it. So if you want to stay up here, you want to do that. So without further ado, I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found it enjoyable, and I hope to see you in the next one. If you did enjoy the video and find it helpful, please consider leaving a like. It helps this video in the algorithm a ton, and it helps it get to other people who might find the video helpful and fun as well. Please leave a comment and we'll respond. What are your thoughts on the video? What are your thoughts on my team combos? Do you think I could do better? Is there any talents you suggest? Are there any teams you suggest that might get more points without using too many turns? Leave it in the comments, and if there's enough suggestions, I will make a video on it. So yeah, please consider leaving your comments down below. I love reading them. I love seeing what you guys think. And yeah, make sure once you get this event that you do it consistently. I feel bad for anyone who doesn't already have it because they have no way to get Coralia, while I'm just like rolling in it because every week I can get up to 300. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing to join the Crab Army. We are at 371 subscribers, and it is my dream to overtake my good friend Avergo in subscribers. And in order to achieve that, we're all going to need to subscribe. And then I also want to reach 500 subscribers before summer, and I believe the Crab Army can do it. So with all of you guys' support, thank you all so much. That's the only reason I've gotten here, and here is like beyond a dream already. So thank you all so much, and we're only going to keep growing, Nothing's going to stop the Crab Army. Thank you so much for watching the video this far. That's all the support I need. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next one. That's about it. Your favorite Omni-Crab, signing out.